Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about Pixar's Up from 2009. It's a great movie if you haven't seen it. And like a lot of Pixar movies, there is a deep meaning that is both on the surface but also a little bit hidden from plain sight. The first thing that most people think about when they think about the movie Up is the opening scene, and it is a real tearjerker. The opening scene is about a boy and a girl who meet when they're kids. They become friends and they fall in love, and you see kind of a montage of their life together. And by all accounts, it's a very nice and happy life. They have all these dreams of, going on adventures and, living life to its fullest. They try and save money. Sometimes it doesn't work out. They're always happy. Again, they live a good life, but eventually you see them as they get old. She gets sick. She passes away. You see the husband mourning. And that's where the movie begins. You see, he wanted to take the house to a place that she always wanted to go to in South America. And to do that, he tied all these balloons to the house until it lifted up, hence the movie. And again, most people get caught up in that first scene and they think that that's the emotional kind of high point, which means that the rest of the movie is a little bit of a letdown. And it is true that a lot of the movie is a little bit more hijinks and a little bit more comedy because here's this guy, he's tied balloons to his house, and so it's flying to South America. Along the way there, he meets, this strange bird, these talking dogs, and a, relentless Boy Scout. But what the movie is really about is actually grief and grieving, and this idea that when somebody dies, you actually have to say goodbye twice. First, you say goodbye to the body, but you also have to eventually say goodbye to, I don't want to say the memory, but to the idea of holding on. And that's what the house is in this movie. The house represents this man holding on to the life that he knew, as opposed to moving forward to the life that he needs to live now that his wife has passed on. And you can see this the most when he first meets, again, a talking dog, this strange bird that they named Kevin, and a young Boy Scout who's trying to help him. He's very much that grumpy old man. Go away. He doesn't want to deal with them. At one point, he even kind of trades the bird, who, again, this is like a friend of their group, trades them away in order to protect the house. The house is the most precious thing for him, and getting that house to the final resting ground or to the place where he wants to take his wife, where he wants to relive the memories. Once he's kind of touched down in South America, the house is still kind of floating, and he literally ties it to his waist, and you can see him trudging along in the jungle, and the house is wearing down on him. It's, you see him going from energetic to more and more tired because of the weight that he is carrying. And again, that weight is the grief. That weight is the idea of holding on to the past. And it's only in the final battle, the final end scene against the foe, that he chooses the living. He chooses the bird, the Boy Scout, and the dog over the house. He sacrifices the house, essentially, in order to save his newfound friends. And, of course, after that, you see him with the Boy Scout accepting, a kind of badge award and pinning it to him as a, kind of taking on that elderly figure for this young boy. And he smiles and he's happy. And, of course, it's still sad because he is going to live the rest of his life without his wife, but he's no longer burdened by this house. He's no longer burdened by the memories. He has let go of them. And, again, I think that's what the movie is really about, is it uses this house as a giant metaphor for the idea of holding on perhaps too long, just like this man held on to the house for too long and kind of overcommitted to what he was going to do with it. So just wanted to share that quick thought. As always, be well. Much love.